Now it's my turn to record videos. I'm just kidding. No, I've been wanting to do it for a long time, and honestly, I do love watching YouTube videos and podcasts, especially. So yeah, what was that sound? I'm not sure, but sounds do freak me out sometimes. Yeah, today is a time for me to speak. It sounds really funny, but I was thinking, how can I put it out loud? So here I am doing this video. The person who loves you will never ever wish you or show you any sort of negativity. Remember this. Remember this, please. A person who loves you, or a person who really does want you to be next to them, who is not toxic, will want to be next to them the way you are, the way you sound, the way you talk, the way you laugh, the way you articulate stuff, your gestures, your body movement. They will love you the way you are, and they will never ever try to, like, how do I say it, they will not try to put you down. They might give you advice in a good way, in a nice way, but they will never try to change you or try to put you down. So if you're with a person, or if you're getting to know someone, and if you feel like this person is not really showing efforts, or if it's something that's, there's no actions, there's no good communication, then most likely this person is not for you, or you're just not meant to be together yet. People have different levels of learning. Some stuff people learn in certain age and certain time. Some people have to go through certain experiences to experience something, and some people, they do not. Some people can just learn on somebody else's mistakes. So my goal is to improve the communication between people and actually speak up about stuff that's important, like the things that you want to do, the things that you imagine yourself, the way you want to express yourself, either through art or through words or to something else. Like, there's something called a love language test, which I'm most likely gonna take very soon, because I till this day I do not know what's my love language, and I do not know how do I show love to people, through which way. So there's different ways. So I'm definitely gonna check it out and see and learn what my love language is. And some people have different preferences of how they want to be felt love. This is not something that we discuss, or it's not common to be discussed, at least not in my observation. Like, people do not really come to you and say, hey, this is how I want to be loved. But deep inside, that's what they want to have. So that's the reason why we want to get to this point where we're actually telling verbally, we're being outspoken on terms of what we want, saying it out loud, your love language is, and whatever your love language is. And I think it's very important, because then you can just you can just get to know someone better. And asking those questions are also important. A lot of times when you ask those questions, it might feel a little bit weird, because imagine you're asking someone, hey, like, what's your love language? And most likely that person is not even gonna know what's their love language. But I think it's still helpful to know, and maybe you can tell them, hey, maybe you should check it out and tell me what's your love language. I met some people in my life where they wanted something from me in certain way, and they will be outspoken about it. They will tell us, hey, this is what I want, this is how I like to be treated, this is what I expect from you emotionally. Most of the time it was words that needed to be said from my side, which I did not know at that time. And therefore I realized that since that happened to me twice, I realized that, okay, there's certain way that, you know, people expect to be loved, or there's a certain way that you want to be loved, you know what I mean? So when I met that person kept telling me, hey, like, you're not doing this to me, you're not telling me this, you're not telling this to me. And this is a sign, because it actually shows that, okay, this is what they're expecting me from me, their expectations. But that's not how I do, because that's not what I expect from the person, right? And I think everybody has their different ways of expressing themselves, expressing how they want to be loved. So what's different for you, it's very familiar to somebody else. What's familiar to you might be very different to somebody else. That's where you want to be aligned. That's where you want to meet those people who are most likely, if you're happy with who you are right now, you probably would want to meet someone who's just like you, who attracts the similar habits, the similar love language, the similar certain things. But also not necessarily, you can be different. But as long as there's, like I said earlier, there's mutual respect and mutual love. I would not really say, yeah, respect is important, but I would say there should be some sort of like a chemistry to make sure that, okay, even if our love language is different, but we're still in the same energy wave, you know what I mean? So as long as like this just kind of stays together, regardless of the different preferences that people might have. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this video pretty short. Just gonna try this out, and I'm very excited for this journey. I do speak 5 languages, so I might have like a little grammar errors. That's just because, you know, my brain is just translating in different languages. So please don't take it personal, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.